I'm MM and I ask a lot of questions.
I'm Pia, and I don't have a filter.
We'll be asking questions you dare not ask.
And giving answers that might be a little too honest.
So listen up, come and eavesdrop.
This is
The Chismis Table.
Hi guys! Thank you again for watching the Chismes Table. I can't believe it's already our season ender episode. Can you believe it, Pia? We've
No.
taped what? How many episodes already and we've gone through so many
Plus
things.
special.
Yeah. Pero 2020 feels like a whole season altogether. So why not create an episode for today talking about our careers and how the 2020 year has been for the both of us. Pia and I, we have been career women ever since. Ever since we were in college, we knew that we were going to thrive in the corporate world because we're go-getters. We are very passionate and determined in what we do. But along the way, there were a lot of hurdles that we had to meet in between, such as changing careers, changing industries, meeting different clients, and all of these different challenges. In today's episode, we're going to talk about how it is really to be a career woman in the Philippines. What are career Filipinas really like? And what is the difference between being a career woman or a career housewife? Backstory, I would always tell my friends that my end goal really is to be a housewife. And yes, and funny thing though is right now I'm a sort of semi housewife, but I realized that it's not really my end goal. Maybe because we've been corporate slaves for the past 10 years or what. So maybe that's what we're going to talk about today. Pia, how are you there?
I'm amazing here. Opposite to you. Parang ganun, we're always the opposite.
Oo nga. That's why we jive.
Like, I thought I will always be a career woman.
Yeah.
Until such time I met Tom, and I was like, okay, it's fine to have a relationship and still have a career. But now that I'm here, I've been here for a month.
Yeah.
And I work at night. So
Mm.
day, I really don't have anything to do other than serve Tom. And my realization is I love being a housewife. I
Oh.
love doing chores. I love cooking. I love fixing everything. Like a lot of the things around this house has changed because I rearranged stuff, chores and everything. But I love being a housewife. And the longer I do it, the more I hate working.
Wow, that's very interesting. you know, um, yeah, so ever since I really thought I would love being a housewife, but then I realized, sometimes it gets boring or it's like a routine. Maybe because I'm the type who doesn't really like a routine life or doing the same thing every day, waking up, cooking.
Yeah.
Before, inisip ko, when you're a housewife, you would just change the curtains every week, go on, go on a mani-pedi with your amigas, go to the spa. But then I realized now, parang when siguro kasi I've been in the corporate life for a long time eh. Hinahanap-hanap mo yung working for deadlines or you're doing different things all at the same time, multitasking. So I'm pretty surprised that you like you like being
I love not, a lot of people would assume that I am
mm.
that kind of person, that I need to always be doing something, I need to always be achieving something. No. Parang,
I'm really surprised, yeah.
parang the whole time, my sense of responsibility is the only thing driving me to work well.
Mm.
Also paired with the fact that I'm pretty smart. So that's my motivation. What is it? See, I already forgot the motivation. Sense of responsibility and my accountability to the people around me, my team,
Mm.
company, and the people who hired me. Until now, that is really the biggest driver for anything that I do work wise. But as in, I can literally wake up, open Netflix, and then spend the entire day in bed until I have to sleep again.
Oh my
I can do
gosh.
it with no problem. I don't get bored. I don't get nothing. I can literally lie down the whole day without doing anything. And it's not because I'm tired or
Yeah.
to take a break from my brain, whatever. No, I just really don't want to do anything.
You never really imagined yourself to be like this.
No,
You
never.
know? It's
Yeah.
it's only now that you're realizing this.
Not really. I mean, I've never really liked working ever. I never loved any kind of work. I
So
enjoy
yun
certain
pala yun.
things.
Okay.
I enjoy certain things about work, but
Mm.
the fact that I have to work because if not, I won't have money or I won't survive. I hate that part. Like I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
things if there's no pressure to do it. So because if I don't do it, I'll die. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah.
of enjoyment. But the work part, the necessary work part, is something that I really hate doing. Um, and that's why forever I've my number one criteria for a partner is a millionaire. It didn't happen, but I have this feeling that one day Tom will be
Yeah.
enough so that I will stop working. Ready to let go and lie down, be a doting housewife. A lot
Yeah.
of things that women consider sexist, I love.
I remember tuloy si Ali Wong in one of
Yeah,
her
her
like
baby book.
whoever started feminism.
I made
Right?
her watch that part where she
Yeah.
said that um, her book was entitled Lean In, and that
Yeah.
book became like the Bible for people who wanted to build careers, or for women
Mm.
in particular who wanted to build careers and to go up the corporate ladder and really rule the world.
Yeah.
But for Ali Wong, she doesn't want to lean in. She wants to lie down.
Lie down
That's
all
exactly.
day long. So that's you.
Yes, that is me. I,
That is you.
I didn't think I would ever end up wishing for it, but here I am.
Why? What do you think was your career path when you
I really
started
thought.
working?
I mean, again, I wasn't really creative with the things that I thought careers would look like. So I
Mm.
just went with the flow, and I went with what I knew, which was how my dad did it. So he went through. An electrical engineer, so he went through all the big engineering companies, and then
Mm. Mm.
started off his own company, and then expanded it, and stuff. So I thought that was my path, and that's exactly what I did, except minus the expansion. um, but it wasn't as fulfilling as I thought. I think we discussed
Mm.
before, but
Yeah.
wasn't as fulfilling as I thought. Not because I don't like the company or not because I
Mm.
don't like the
Mm.
people in the company. It's really
Mm.
working is not for me.
No.
I'd rather not work. But you, I mean, you being number one, a working mom in a printing company or a merch company,
Mm.
that is absolutely something I never thought you would end up
I
in.
know. I know. I always knew I wanted to have my own business.
Mm.
But now that I'm here, I'm like, I want to go back to become an employee.
Really?
No,
Why?
sometimes you miss the structure. You miss like having a set 9 to 5. Now we're like 24 hours until Sunday. You have to work, and even before we go to sleep, Gian and I we go on meetings. We talk about plans. I'm like, don't we have like a personal life anymore? Like, is there no boundaries between what personal life is and business? So there are a lot of things that you have to sacrifice when you're doing a business. Plus, I'm a mom, so the whole well, I've been working for the past 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
The whole time, like I feel like I don't know my baby anymore. Like
Oh,
when I would see her at the end of the day, I'm like, wow, a lot of things have changed. Unlike for the past 11 months, we were together every single second of the day. So it's a different struggle, you know, when you manage a business and have a baby at the same time. And
yeah.
especially for me, it's not really my business. I'm just you know, selling kit in this in this whole operation. And still I'm not really their boss. I'm just trying to help out. No, similar to a lot of experience in the corporate world where there are a lot of girl bosses who
Mhm.
really have to you know, make their mark or do a lot of things just to be able to show that they're
Right.
capable or that they're very strong. You know, we've had a lot of experience with a lot of, you know, we're girl bosses ourselves, but there are a lot of girl bosses that we've worked with who are very inspirational to us. You know, I remember a lot of your bosses you were sharing with me over the years. But who's your favorite one?
You know, my favorite one. Oh, well, I have two for different
Mm.
reasons. Now, because my boss is Nico. Well, technically, we're not. He's not my boss anymore. But Nico has been instrumental in my maturity. And we've been working together. Actually, I can't remember how long, but I met him when I was 23,
mm.
Eon,
Wow, 10
and
years
now
na. Mm.
I'm 33. But
Mm.
he's super annoying because when I entered, he wasn't my first boss. He
Okay.
was business development, so he wasn't in my unit in our department yet.
Mm-mm.
And then he became the department head. I think I don't know, like for the last 2 years of me being in Eon, so I was in.
Mm-mm.
So he does not remember me at all before getting into the I mean, he knows
Oh,
me obviously, but
yeah.
he does not remember any interaction with me
How
whatsoever.
can he not remember you? You have like
I
the
know,
best,
right?
like the
So,
curliest hair, like the girl with the curly hair.
he knows interactions, but you know, the more personal
Okay, okay.
he doesn't remember any of the personal stuff, and it's
Mm-mm.
super annoying. But now we're super close. He can read my mind without
Mm.
saying anything. So it's
Yeah.
kind of scary because I just can't hide anything from him. But my first ever, or not really first ever, but first ever boss in comms
mm.
is Joyce, and she is
Mm.
firecracker. Like a lot of
Mm.
people are very afraid of her because she's very temperamental. Um, she 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 scares a lot of people in general. She's very she gets angry, like the ground really shakes with anger. But
mm.
I credit a lot of the things that I know about PR and comms through her because she was very strict with standards, quality, with how you present yourself, how you sound, everything. She knows comms
Mm. Mm.
back of her hand, and she's like the best storyteller I have ever met. And she really molded me very well. Um,
Mm.
and it wasn't easy, but I think it was very very effective. And
Yeah.
the thing is, throughout my entire career, because I'm in comms, and I guess it's
Mm.
what the
Mm.
industry is about, agency side. I think all my bosses except for Nico were women. Um,
Mm.
very ambitious Filipino women,
Mm.
very
Mm.
strong-willed Filipino women, and
Yeah.
so I never had the issue of having to prove myself or have
Mm.
work extra hard compared to men, for example, because I really grew up in an industry where women were very empowered, and I think I'm very lucky to have that kind
Yeah.
of environment. And I don't think
Mm.
a lot of people have that luxury in terms of how their careers were
Yes.
built.
Mm, mm.
Unlike you, I guess.
No, I mean, I also credit my entire career to one of the girl bosses that I had. You know, she's not as how do you say this? She's not everyone's cup of tea. She's very strong. She's very assertive. Sometimes she tells it as it is. She was my first boss in marketing. I don't know if I can say her name, but she she used to come from P&G.
Mhm.
She's very tough. She knows what she wants, and you know, she was one of the first women who really told me to become more assertive, to really that I should be the one to take charge of my career, not let anyone else handle it for me. That if I want something done, it should be on my own on my own liking or in my own pace. So, you know, okay, I'll tell her name. Her name's Iska.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so Iska. So, I remember the first time she assigned a project to me, and this is something that I will never ever forget for the rest of my life because it literally changed. It literally changed the whole way I work. um, I started working as a management trainee in the life insurance company, and then after that, I graduated. I got assigned to marketing, and then she assigned me a very simple project that I was 23 also, which was a Christmas party event or Christmas party activity, and then it was a parole making contest per department. And then I felt like, you know, it was a very simple project. I shouldn't really do so much about it. So, you know, I did a very basic comms material, everything was so basic. And then she talked to me, and then she told me, you know, there like this may be a small project, but you have to think big. You have to always make an impact in whatever type of project that may be. So, you know, I cried. I literally cried just for that. Because everyone's scared of her. Like, you know, when she tells you that scared of her in a good way because you know that she's a perfectionist. You know that she just really wants the best for everyone. So I cried after she sent me. It was an email pa. So she sent me an email. She said, "I feel that this is not inspired. That this is such a project that you didn't think of. I expected so much from you, ganyan ganyan." And then like after that day, you know, after that project, I literally took all of the projects that were assigned to me, no matter how small they are, how big they are. I would always like think big and then always make it like the best project that I could ever come up with. And then, you know, after that, you know, and I got into her good side. She mentored me also, and then she was the one who actually parang siya yung nag-align sa akin to comms din eh. Eventually. Because she would rotate me to different departments, you know, whenever I would tell her, you know, mabilis kasi ako magsawa. So I'm like, after I master a certain function, she would tell me, okay, why not try this next one? Or I would assign you to another project. And then, you know, she had so much trust in me at a very young age. She gave me a lot of high-level strategic projects already. And I felt that, you know, I wasn't really ready, but she would always tell me, you know, you're good, you can do it. So that's how she built the confidence. You know, a lot of people are asking how come at a very young age, I was 28 when I was in the Mancom for BPLAC. And then you were asking me, how come you're very confident when you talk to Menon or to any CEO? And then I would always think back, you know, it's because of Iska. It's because of how she trained me at a very young age, not to really, you know, be scared. And if you know your stuff, you have to be confident and all of those. So I would always credit her for that, even if you know she's not everyone's cup of tea. Yes, ang dami niyang mga nakaaway.
Like, ano naman eh, parang, I mean, that's you see the similarity between Iska and
Yes.
Joyce. They're not everybody's cup of tea. People are
Mm.
like them. People don't always understand, you know, why they do things or how they
Yes.
do things, why they get angry at certain things. I remember Joyce,
Mm.
every she's a perfectionist in certain aspect. Like her as person is not, but work like her level of attention to detail is
Mm.
unparalleled. So every time we do events, for example, she would come in and then she would have her hands behind her back and then she would just look. She will just go around the menu and just looking, and then you don't really know what she's
Yeah.
looking for or what she's looking at. So I would always just wait until she says something. And
Mm.
the smallest thing, like tablecloth that's misaligned,
Mm.
chair that's not in the right position,
Wow.
she would call your attention for it. And it
Mm.
was very, very annoying because, I mean, what is one chair, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It just reflects how the kind of quality you can,
Mm.
because in the towards the end, like I don't need her to tell me these things anymore. When I look at the venue, I would know what the perfect event should look like, and that's
Yes.
all because of her.
You know, you made a good point there when you said about attention to detail, because I could always compare that with our male bosses.
Yeah,
'Di ba? Parang
that's why I don't ever accept men in, in PR.
No,
No,
pero the thing is, I would thrive with a male boss as
why?
compared to a female boss. I don't know. For the past how many roles that I've been in, male yung boss ko. And maybe because they would just provide me the general vision of what they want
Oh,
to do. And then I would be the one to like detail everything out. And then okay na sila dun. Because they're not, they're not keen on details.
very result oriented.
Yeah, so that's a difference between a female and a male boss. What other things have you noticed?
It's not about boss, my personal boss,
Mm, okay.
because we do work a lot with a lot of executives. Um, I always have difficulty working with male executives because they tend to feel like they know better or they know more. So it's a mix of a lot of things. They're older, they are the head
Mm,
of the company, and then they're men.
mm, mm.
Especially if they're foreign, if they're not
Yeah.
Filipino,
Yes.
um, it gets very, very difficult because I have to prove myself on different levels. That despite the age, I know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Despite the hierarchy of position, this particular part that I'm talking about is my expertise. It's not yours. That's why you hired us. So why
Yeah.
listen? Why waste both of our time? Um,
Parang kilala ko yan na.
madami.
Marami na ba sila? Okay, okay.
So it's difficult
Mm.
because I mean, what can you do, right? You
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to be more than perfect in these situations. But with female bosses or with female executives, there is a level. There are some that would be similar to male executives too, but there is a little bit more understanding in terms of,
Mm.
or rather, less pride, I would say, and more willingness to admit if they
Mm.
know something, or
Yeah.
to admit that or accept the things that you tell them. um so yeah, so it's not an easy thing to compare necessarily,
Mm-hmm.
but I would say in the Philippines, because in a lot of countries gender gap is always a problem, but I think
Yeah.
Philippines, it's not so much of a problem because we're very matriarchal to begin with, right? Like in the family units, moms would
Yep.
always have the upper hand. We would always
Yep.
be more scared of our moms than our dads.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Moms are the superstars at home.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
think as a culture, we're very. I feel like we're very, very lucky in that sense that we don't have to fight so hard uh,
Yeah.
for our
Yeah.
rights, for our position,
Mm-hmm.
for whatever,
Mm-hmm.
as compared to here. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
America
Mm-hmm.
is like the epicenter of inequality and sexism or whatever. Then in the Philippines, it's not too big of a problem, I
It's
think.
not an issue. Yeah.
Mhm. I mean, I think like for you there now in imprint, it's not because you're a female. It's because
Mm.
you're new, right?
Yeah. Yep.
It's because you're the wife, for example. Like
Mm,
something
mm.
I've always been curious about. Like, does it matter or does it become harder for you to be, your usual boss, girl boss self, because you're someone's wife, as opposed to in a company that somebody hired you for that particular.
Mm. You know, right now, I can't be as assertive as I was when I was in the corporate world. Maybe because I'm still trying to navigate my way through the entire business. And you know, sometimes parang I still have this reservation na, hindi ko naman to business talaga. Like, I'm not the one who hired all of these amazing people here. But, I'm still navigating through it. If I had, yun nga na-realize ko, if I had it my way, maybe mas strict ako here, but yun nga, then again, I'm still new. baka mainis sila sa akin in terms of, I'm very strict kasi in terms of timelines, like if you have to get it done at this
Corporate
date.
kasi, di ba?
Corporate talaga, Gian kasi ever since he was an entrepreneur, so wala siyang ganong mindset. So ngayon pa lang kami nag-shift into that way. So yeah. Anyway, so I have a story to share
Oh.
pala about about being a female in a corporate male dominant corporate world. So I worked in a bottling company which is 90% male, 10% female, and I was given a role for comms and PR, and our head was also a male, a president, everyone, men everywhere. So it was very challenging for me when I started in that company because one, I'm young. I was one of the young yeah, I was very young when I was in their one of the senior managers there.
Yeah,
And
the
then
company itself is very old.
yes, the average age is around 40,
Yeah.
45 right now. So I was there at 31, 30. Yeah, I was 31, and then I was leading the communications PR team, and then I was reporting to an Indian male president who always has his doubts, who always has his issues on people also. So it was, for the first time in my life, I felt like I had to prove my skills in what I was doing, and you were there. I remember you were there. So the whole time for about maybe 6 months or so, I was trying to prove that I know the stuff that I'm doing, and I think that's one of the few experiences that not only we experience or a lot of our friends experience as well as girl bosses when they enter in a new company, and they're the young ones leading older people, older men. It's a challenge for everyone. So how have you managed that to manage older people, or whenever you're the new one, the new girl in town?
Honestly, I've never had a problem adjusting to these environments, mainly because I am brimming with confidence. I mean, di naman secret yun for anyone who knows me that I'm filled with self-esteem. So, parang adjusting to that environment is not a problem.
Mm.
Maybe sometimes it's getting along with people who have um, similar personalities, or more importantly, clashing personalities.
Mm,
I
mm,
remember when I was in Microsoft,
mm.
um, or when I was in Eon, I had this client who I hated. Like, I abhorred him
Oh
so
my gosh.
bad
Mm,
because he's such a know-it-all. He's a liar. He's
mm,
caused so many problems. Um, and then I worked in Microsoft, and towards the end of because I was only there for a year, but when towards the end of the year there was an announcement that there was a new employee who will be part of our team, and it was him.
mm.
Oh my god! So,
Oh
I
no.
mean, I was super, I feel like in a way I was kind of traumatized by that experience with him when he was still my client in Eon. So I was really, really scared. I was so
Mm.
scared of seeing him and of meeting him again and whatever, whatever. So his first day he was there, he was being toured around the office and introduced to different
Yeah.
departments. And then he finally came to us and he pretended not to know me. How
How
dare
dare you?
you? Like,
Oh
oh,
my
I just meet
god.
you. And I'm like, okay. So that day passed, he left because it wasn't his official first day yet. So throughout the course of, and in Microsoft it's a hot seat, so you don't have a permanent seat. We can sit whenever wherever. Um, so even throughout, I don't know how long, we don't see each other, even if we were in the same department, because we sit wherever and it's a huge space. And sometimes I wouldn't go to the office until such time that his product had to launch something and he had no choice but to come to me and help him with the launch.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he's like, no, how have you been? Have you been here for long? How was the brand when I left? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, how dare you? So miserable, and now you're pretending like we're best friends. In the end, obviously, I helped him, but there was a huge. I felt like we would always clash because he would have a different opinion. I would have a different opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, I would always have the louder voice, but he has a very loud voice too. So we would always butt heads, and to be honest, we never really resolved that friction between us until,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually he left also. But that happens a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Mhm,
it does.
mhm. As an agency partner, um it's I feel like it's better for me that way, because if there are people I don't like, that I don't have to deal with them all the time. Like if
Mm-hmm.
you're in a company, you will have to deal with these people every single
Every single
time.
day.
And I just,
Yes.
I don't. That's why I'm never built. I don't think I can ever survive the corporate setting.
Corporate.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after I've been in agency for almost 10 years, and then now I'm in my own company where
Mm-hmm.
we're very flexible. Rules are
Yeah.
what we make them. So like if I have to change career somehow again, if I when I move here, I don't know how I will survive. Thing. Like I don't know, and like I don't know if I've succeeded already in my career that I can move on somewhere else to be
Mm-hmm.
satisfied. Uh, I honestly don't know what success means for me. I thought I
Right
did
now.
again
Yeah.
as I grew up and as things changed around me. Success also became different, and to me
Yeah,
it's
that's true.
not career, it's not position anymore. I mean, that's
Mm-hmm.
the easiest benchmark when
Mm-hmm.
younger, I guess. But when I got older, it's not really about roles and titles anymore. Like, are you
Yeah.
happy with where you ended up now?
Yeah, I'm surprised that I'm happy with what I'm doing, Even if it's hard, even if it's a 24-hour job, like I still enjoy, being able to make time for a lot of things. I can go to the salon on a Friday morning, have my have my hair colored, and no one will judge me, no one will get mad because
how
it's all
how did
mm,
the point of view change? Because I know that for the longest time, your definition of success is for you to be CEO.
that's still my definition of success.
Okay. So how
Until
is it
now.
now? I mean, so how do you plan to achieve that?
Well, through Imprint Baby.
Oh, okay. So you're
Yeah,
gonna
which
um,
I already launched Imprint Baby, which is still under Gian's company technically, but eventually, I
exactly.
know, but eventually, I plan on building my own business that are aside from Imprint Baby, or maybe swing Imprint Baby to a new different So we'll see what happens. But until now, that is still my definition of success, that I will be a CEO or a president of whatever business that may be. But right now, I'm really enjoying the time, the luxury of time that I have with the business, and being a mom at the same time. You know, for how many years I've been jumping different industries, different careers, different functions. And whenever like my staff or the people that I work with ask me, how are you able to manage, or how are you able to show them that you can do it? I always tell them, you know, fake it till you make it. That's the ultimate mantra, you know. Even if like they feel like you're the youngest person in the room, you're not that capable, you don't know what you're talking about. No, I'm gonna fake it, you know. I'm gonna say all of those jargons that all of you guys are saying. I will learn it in a day, and I will talk the same language as you guys are. So yeah, so
I
that's
really
my
have your determination.
yeah.
This is just validating
What?
feelings about not wanting to be a career woman. Kasi parang I don't see it for me
As
anymore.
a,
Parang
ah.
me now, in the many things that have changed over time, I feel like success for me is when I'm
Mm,
able to do what I want. Again, we're going back to my obsession over
mm.
but yeah, being able to do what I want, having my own time to do whatever I want outside of actually working. A lot of people say, you can't compartmentalize work and life because you work it out,
Mm. Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
work. Um,
Mm.
but for me, work as in like a job
Yeah.
is just functional. I feel I don't
Mm.
look for a certain position anymore. I don't look for a certain path or growth. I just want to be able to do a job that will fund my life.
Wow. Look at you. Look at
No,
you now.
I think I've
And
become less materialistic, less self-absorbed.
that's just 1 month living there, huh?
Di naman siya nag-start. I, a lot, maybe when I met Tom, I don't know, but that has always been because he lives his life very very differently, and I think
Mm.
that really impacted the way I see things as well. Because he's not at all
Yeah.
materialistic, not
Yeah.
at all. He's very
Mm.
worldly, I would say. Like he's very into experiences, and he
Yeah.
has gone through
A
the
lot.
craziest things that people cannot even imagine. So his perspective is towards quality of life, and quality of life doesn't mean
Mm.
riches or wealth. It really means being
Mm.
able to go outside or enjoy nature, have fun with his child, and all these things. So it has become very qualitative over
Yeah.
counting coins and counting money. Of course, money would always
Mm.
be important because you do have to fund your life, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm not obsessed anymore with what kind of job I do because I used to be very conscious about my job and using
Mm.
it as a benchmark of
Yeah.
what my life is. Like if my job is good and when people are impressed with what I do, then I feel validated. But now I really don't care.
Mm.
What you think about what I do or what you think about my life, as long as I can do whatever I want. That's
Mm.
not what I see as success. So when I'm asked where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years, it's housewife. I don't see myself working. I just want to be a housewife, and I'm a good housewife. I'm an excellent housewife.
You're good at what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I
You know.
cook well. I clean
Mm.
the house.
Mm.
I'm amazing as a domestic woman. For all the times that we talk about breaking glass ceilings, breaking barriers, I apparently am very comfortable in the stereotype of the
Of
dalagang
the
Pilipina being at home, cooking for her husband.
See? See, who really is the dalagang Pilipina between the two of us?
I
Is
don't
it
know.
me or her? I'm sure it's her.
How do you? I mean, in 10 years, do you see an
Mm,
empire like an imprint empire?
yes, we're gonna
Yes,
have. Yes.
fine.
Our vision for this company is to be like, a bench or
Oh my god.
yes, or like a Uniqlo with different product lines.
Mm.
Interesting, right? So maybe that's the path that we will like. Hopefully that will happen. Little by little, we're starting. So, 5, 10 years from now, I don't know. That's a really good point. The definition of success and what people want in their careers really change as you grow older. Maybe when you're fresh grad, I want to be this. Talagang okay lang yon. It's fine because you're just starting. But eventually, you reach a point in your life where you realize, titles don't really matter. Maybe salary, well,
Very
it
man.
still matters. That
I want
matters
to
a
work
lot.
here. This is
That matters a lot. But it's really more on the quality of life or how you want to spend your day. The difference between you and me also is that I look at work and life like one thing together, and I find like work is just part of hindi siya a function of life. Parang I have to enjoy it for me to be able to live a good life. So I'm just having fun, doing things that I like right now. So yeah, so we've matured, Pia.
wait, I just thought of something. Since
Mm,
gusto nga maging bench and to
yeah.
upload imprint as an empire, my God, baka kayo na yung susi sa pagiging artista ko. I be your model
Yes,
for free.
definitely. Definitely. You will be the Asian model for
So 10 years, sakto.
Malay mo in 5 years. Oh,
My
we'll see.
God.
Magkakaroon pa tayo ng imprint home.
Pwede. Tapos bahay
Diba?
namin.
Oo, and then we will do the thread count. Oh my God, sobrang tita.
This is what I've been waiting for.
I know.
I this is an ender. Now I know how I will be an artista.
Speechless tayo. Yes, I know this is the best season ender, realization, Well, one, the careers and the dreams of people, they change as you go through life. If you're a girl boss, way to go. Continue, keep it up. And Pia will be an artista.
The Chismis Table.